But yeah, what you'll often get in a fantasy environment where, like, you've got elves and dwarves and such, and, you know, racism between different racism between the different races of a fantasy world. It's often treated as allegory, but it's not really a one-to-one parallel of what you'd find in, like, in a contemporary setting, because there are actual meaningful physical differences between the races and things you would find that go a bit beyond just having different cultures. Like, we're talking, I don't know. Basically, it doesn't always work as intended. Whereas you get something like this, and you do get a sense. This is obviously grounding itself more in the actual cultural clashes between settlers and native populations of the West at the time. Yeah, Brazilians can double jump. Exactly. Okay, so I do want to stop by Cedar Flats because I want to see what Clarence is up to. The next location is... Oh, right, we were supposed to check the corner of the camp. My bad. We'll do that before we leave. See, I'm doing the thing where I am talking to myself as I'm mentally on the next objective before I've actually completed everything I need to. Alright. Now we got a place we can go. So... Treasure Seeker Supply Caravan, huh? It's on the way. But yeah, the problem with a lot of stories that use allegory for modern racism, discrimination, and such is, end of the line, a pair of duelists face off in the undergrowth, is that they don't really address the meaningful differences between the groups. Like when Deus Ex Mankind Divided tried to make being augmented as a different social class. Hey, it's Pigman Joe. But the elephant in the room is that the glitch caused all augmented people everywhere to go crazy and attack people out of like a fear-induced rage, and that's never really addressed. Like, that is actually a problem that society would really struggle to figure out what to do with. So that's kind of where the allegory breaks down. Now, it's not to say they should be like what should happen to them in the game should happen. That's not an excuse to herd people into ghettos, but that does complicate peaceful coexistence. That's the thing. A lot of the time people assume fantasy racism is allegorical to IRL racism where it just isn't. Yeah. Anyway, hey, I tried to be civil, but y'all wasn't interested. Fighting me won't make you any less a pig man, but if you're eager to die, well, I'm happy to oblige. Shut your trap, Joe, you little shit. If I gotta have my mind back in this spirit's cursed body, at least I'm gonna use it to kill you. Okay, so I'm gonna assume that's Greg. Maybe. Okay, yeah, the whole thing in New Deus Ex, it was weird, and I didn't really care for how it was handled, and they tried to include language about social justice warriors, and you could tell they were trying to grapple at something that the writing just was not up to handle. You could build something off of what happened at the end of Deus Ex Human Revolution. I just feel like they just went about it in a really clumsy way. Anyway, so we don't really know what's going on here. I'm inclined to help Pigman Joe because he helped a previous character, but we don't really know what the beef is about here, so we really have no information. So I feel like... I think it works out with the Arknight sarcasm, only it helps because it's not the only kind of racism. Yeah, usually... Let's focus on the task here. I'll step in to help. There we go. Yeah, fantasy racism usually works best when it's trying to explore a different dynamic. Like in Arcanum, where you do have friction between the races, but it's used both in the narrative to sort of complicate your search for what's really going on, and also in kind of the background story of things like labor rights and the Gnomish conspiracy and like the march of technology versus magic and traditionalism. There's some interesting stuff happening there, and racism is kind of set dressing for what's really going on with the story. Yeah, it's kind of players manage to engender MMOs, FF14 LOLFOs. That's how it is the game. That has the additional complicating layer of having player inputs on a MMO scale, which you're going to anytime you invite the general public to contribute to your story, or to contribute to the atmosphere of your story, that is fraught with peril. Anyway, who we? Some hogs just don't know how to get over their shit, huh? Thanks for the help. Time to head back to the swamps, I guess. Unless you got room for a pig in your posse, maybe? You know what? Why not? You did well enough last time, even though you kind of had a death wish. But honestly, if I woke up in a pig man's body, knowing I'd probably done something to deserve being in a pig man's body, I think I'd probably be a little cavalier about whether I survived a combat encounter myself. It would change the risk calculus of whether I enter combat, let's say. Yeah, get the band back together. Or it's like Master Shake in that one episode of Aqua Teen Hunger Force, where they blow up Carl's body or something, and they try to give him a new body, and he's like, is he going to be able to chase us? Because if I woke up looking like that, I would just run towards the nearest living thing and kill it. And that's kind of the level of body horror you're getting here. Alright.
There they are. Some of Mary Ann's missing trappers. Turned ravenous with greed. They won't be friendly.
Don't worry. We have the tools to deal with the unfriendly. Actually... they're facing each other. Not a lot of room for a stealth kill. On the other hand... Okay, Across Waters is way fucking better with stealth kills with the bow than Clarence was. I mean, I suppose that's to be expected. Presumably he's had a lifetime to train, but still. But anyway, to summarize my thoughts about fantasy racism, usually the problem is that the clash between them is rooted in the setting in some way. It's rooted in the fantastical elements, and it's not simply depicted as the natural distrust that emerges between two groups, and then one of them attaining a measure of power over the other. There's no real exploration of how societies come to clash, and what happens when one of them exerts a controlling influence over the other. It's usually just... this feud goes back centuries, and it's just the way of things that these groups hate each other. Okay, Relayogram, what's this about? Okay, found one of the Olvidado bracelets. Come back to Bitter Rock, now. Blue Eyes and Hills, attack imminent, need help. Okay, so...
Looks like these treasure hunters was after them Olvidado bracelets, too. Found one of them at a place called Bitter Rock. Bet you won't be the only interested party.
Okay. Be careful as you go out into the land. More Zaganash trappers attacked our village after you left. We're well defended here, but the spirit of Wiindigo is growing stronger. We must hope for balance. Okay, so I get the feeling that this isn't just trappers clashing with our people, but yeah, it's the spirit of Windigo becoming an active presence and making moves to stop our search. So I feel like we're going to be dealing with something... We're going to be dealing with something intelligent at the root of this, I think. Anyway, let's go see if we can recruit Clarence. And more importantly, get the stuff Clarence was holding. More importantly, get Wilhelmina back. We need our horsey. Get the horse. Zero gets it. Okay. Something new. Folks with greed beyond all compare. Eyes glowing blue. See, I feel like their eyes should be glowing green, because that's kind of the expression there, but what do I know. Bottom lip chewed clean off. I hear tell they're called the Ravenous, but it don't matter what they're called. Evil by any of the names just as vile. Hey, keep a lookout. Them blue-eyed monsters are sure to stop popping up in the bounty board soon. Y'all bring them to swift justice, here? Sure thing, Marshal. Okay, now see... Found the bodies of our trappers. They were good people before this madness took them. If you can't put a stop to this, we will. We're working on it. It's been like a day. Give me some time here. Okay, well... Looks like our pig man is working for the jeweler now. Hi. How's it going? Clarence Quigley's letters? Oh, interesting. Hazy. Can't get a hold of my memories. And a feeling, like I'd been worn. A glove on a dark hand. Keeping my snout clean now, making jewelry. But the dreams won't quit. I've heard of a bounty hunter, same brand as mine. Sent her a letter. Wonder if her dreams won't quit either. Okay, why in Spirit's name are you out and about so early? Okay, so... She is not a shop vendor. Hi, Clarence, how you doing? Well now, Lost Fire Nation folk. You and I have something in common then. Outcasts. What do you... Hold on. Your neck. Don't move. Let me use my looking glass. The brand. Just like that smooth talker Essex said. There are more of us. I'll be. You had any memories trouble lately? Because I've been all cobwebs since this thing showed up. How'd you become a pig man? I was a brothel owner. I was despicable. A monster, truly. One of my workers turned me over to a witch who made me like this. Truth is, I deserved it. Then things get strange. I mean, yeah, that's pretty strange to start with, but go on. Feeling like something else was inside of me. Memory hazy. Next thing I knew, it was months later. I was back here in Cedar Flats, outside the jeweler's, getting ready to knock. Yao gave me a job. I'm her apprentice now. Trying to keep my snout clean to make up for all the hurt I caused. This brand, it changed me. Not the man I once was. Yeah, she's just kind of shoving her way through the conversation. What do you know about it? A fella named Essex keeps coming to ask questions. What I figured from him, I was possessed. A body hopper. Your brand's still glowing, which means that sucker's still inside you. Alright. Looks like you don't have enough room for me. No problem. Let's make some room. Okay. Nothing personal, Miss Fang, but I think we'll be covered. So, Miss, you all ready? Huh! Give me a holler at the saloon if you need me. Alright. Clarence! Step on up, buddy. I guess the jeweler will still be here when I get back. Our fates, they're tied together. You feel that, don't you? If we're going to find answers, it's best we stick together. There's some guy behind a keyboard controlling you. Yeah, they're getting kind of meta about this. I feel like they're... right. Nothing else in there. They're not coming out and outright saying it, but there's enough nudges to a controlling force behind the character that when they're talking about the person who the brand is transferring possession to these people, that's a mangle of a sentence. When they're talking about the person who's possessing others, they're talking about the player character. In a in not necessarily a direct way, but it is kind of a fun thing to get. Okay, Carol Richardson, Quansford. Place has a checkered history there. But yeah, there's a lot of room to get meta here. I kind of appreciate that. Anyway, sell all junk. Clarence, sell your junk. I will take these. I note that our money appears to have transferred over. This is good. Clarence. Let's see. Oh yeah, look at all this good shit. You ain't gonna need most of this. Your bow's better than mine. I'll take that, thank you. You know, we'll let you hang on to those. Dyson Sphere Project, not Stellaris. I mean, you know, maybe if you build enough, maybe you can build a ship big enough to have a star as a power source. Who knows? It's space. Go nuts. One game I had one fed by 2 planet-sized forge complexes such that I could create the most dangerous fleet the galaxy had ever seen. Capable of going toe-to-toe with the extra-dimensional invaders every year. See, Stellaris is one of those games I think is a little too big for me to get into casually. It's something I'd have to devote a lot of time to, but I really do appreciate the stories that come out of it, because they sound absolutely insane. Anyway, we are going to... I do want to also recruit Jane. Much as I enjoy Pigman Joe having her as a partner here, I feel like Jane will be a little bit better equipped for this. Yeah, we will hit the bounty here. Oh! Now this is interesting. We literally just disbanded that one mercenary, and here she is. What's she doing here? Carrion birds. Okay. Yeah, I feel like to get into... Oh, wait a minute. Is this the... Letter from the homestead? Yeah, we've come across this before. Yeah, this is where we found that one, like, talking doll that was cursed or something. We got the quest. And then the chapter ended. Yeah, that was it when we were playing as Jane. So I managed to break the game by conquering a space dragon and turning it into a usable asset, and then it just ballooned from there. See, I love stuff like that. Just finding the exotic ways people can break these massive 4X games over backwards. One of those things I never really learned how to do myself, but it is wildly entertaining to hear what people do with those. Oh, no you don't, Tornado. That horse meat is mine. Because, yeah, this is where we found the doll, and now it's gone. And it wasn't there the first time. Like, we had this random encounter before, I had to reload the game, then we had it much later, and that's when we found the doll. In the case of accidentally picking a game-breaking combination of traits, somewhat well known when playing one of the Space Empires game. Yeah, well, that's kind of the fun of them, is just finding the exotic ways that you can kind of subvert the usual difficulty curve of the game and just come up with these exotic combinations of empires and fleets and such. And make the game a little more yours. Alright. Now then. So our target is in there. Oh, they're going up on the roof. All by their lonesome. How about that? Oh, no, they're not alone anymore, but they will be soon. Yeah, their detection leaves something to be desired. Ended with me causing a technological singularity resulting in an army of fanatically loyal AI-controlled giant spaceships. Yeah, that's awesome! Oh! Bollocks! Yeah, fuck him up, Joe. Alright, now we're not immune to poison, so we need to be careful when Joe runs in and does his thing. They fanatically loyal me. They were religiously motivated AI with psychic powers. Oh, that rules. Nah, it's just junk. Alright. We are done here, but if I'm right, they reset the poker table out front, and that does have some money on it, so I'm going to yoink that. It is highly amusing that the kill animation goes forward even if they start moving. Okay, they did not set the poker table up. Damn it! Oh well. Anything else in here? Shotgun shells. Cash register. Money. More money. It is basically VATS, yeah. Anything else here? No, there's a gun store across the way. Don't mind if I do, thank you. Uh-oh. Something spooked the horsey. Yeah, there's more people here. Yeah, it's kind of a random which buildings actually repopulate with stuff and which do not. Hey, there we go. Yes! Oh, we've got 5 of these. Oh, you know what that means. We can actually get the top-end upgrades. Okay. Fire rate during dodge leap, reload speed, maximum health, stealth speed. We'll get the shoot dodge one. So it is totally worth it to check out these buildings, even if you've been here several times before. Because, yeah, every bounty that sends you to a place is going to fill them up with random loot. And sometimes, very critical loot. Yeah, Max Payne level 3. Alright, we'll let them be. We got our bounty. Alright. On to here. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. So I gotta go over here. I gotta go back to the sheriff. I gotta go back to the town I got the bounty from in order to claim the bounty. That is interesting. Well, we'll want to go to Grackle anyway, just so we can sell more stuff. Because we're developing a exotic collection of knives here. I gotta go bald and retire to Cuba. I need to replay Max Payne 3 again. It's been long enough. Like, mechanically, I think it's not all that strong because of the number of times that they sort of wrench the camera away from you just to show off the cutscene. But there's something about the overall journey that I like. Like, it does the... Sell some stuff here. It does the thing where it is escalating the threat as you progress through the story. And that's something that 2 kind of got away from. Like, you... In Max Payne 2, you start off fighting the people behind the conspiracy. You don't quite know it yet, but you start off fighting the cleaners, and they're behind everything. And that's kind of who you're fighting the game against by the end of it. There's no real peaks and valleys. It's just kind of this weird X-Files crap happening, and you're fighting the same shadowy people at the end that you are at the beginning. Whereas in the first game, it starts off with the junkies that get sent to your house. In the prologue, I was just gonna forget exactly. No, I was done here. Never mind. Then it moves on to the guys that performing the bank job at Roscoe Street. Then you go on through the mafia. Then you go on through like higher tier mafia, the gangster, like the actual crime family running things. Then you get to the conspiracy behind it all. It sort of escalates until it makes sense that you're fighting like military dudes with top tier equipment. That's right, we were going to try to upgrade something. Mine's kind of all over the place. But yeah, getting back to Max Payne 3, is what I like is that it does feel kind of like a journey. You start the game in kind of a... You start the game doing a protection detail, not really knowing or caring what you're up against. And only gradually does Max kind of crawl out of that haze and actually start noticing what's going on, who he can trust, who he can't. I'm just gonna sell this extra armor and such. It's a little annoying that not every vendor takes everything, though I do understand why. It's a nice little detail. It just sort of drags out the amount of time that you need to run around town. But yeah, Max Payne 3, I feel like, does proper escalation for the story it's telling, where there's no real telling what the endgame threat is going to be based on how it starts, and you sort of build from fighting random gangbangers that look like they're just trying to kidnap a rich woman for ransom, and then you get to the deeper plot about who's giving them orders, who's controlling them, who's controlling the forces behind them, and I think it just ties up in kind of an overall satisfying way. The plot's not perfect, but I think it is a good arc for Max's character, and he ends in a good place at the end of the game. And damn if that airport shootout isn't a fine closing scene in the game. Just the way the song, the way the music comes together is just pitch perfect. I love how that game ends. Anyway, right. Okay, here we go. We can finally upgrade these things, and this is what it costs. Okay, so... Oh. Oh. Oh, I like this. I like this a lot. We can turn shit into purple now. Okay, gold bow of Mikanak, gold machete, gold cleaver, gold stubs double barrel. Holy fucking shit. Okay, it was so worth saving up the gold nuggets. We're doing this. Give me that gold shotgun. What? Okay, no, the gold shotgun. Did I misclick? I think I did. Alright. Goody goody. Alright. Oh, look at this bad boy. 100 damage. I accidentally made that, but you know what? It's a happy accident, because it's a pretty good rifle by itself. You know what? Yeah, let's turn the rest of these into ingots, we'll sell them, and we'll see what kind of money we're dealing with. The other thing that Max Payne 3 and Max Payne 1 and 3 liked, the other thing that those games did that I like that the second game didn't, is kind of tell a contiguous story and give a real sense that the adventure was wearing Max down. Like, no, I want to sell stuff. Okay, sell 1 copper nugget. Okay, copper bars. So not actually all that much. Like, it's a decent chunk of change. So I think you gotta get to, like... Yeah, you basically have to have gold to make any real money off this. But good to know it's an option. But yeah, in the first game, you kind of start going to Roscoe Street. And from then on, you're just constantly on the run as you're framed for the murder of your partner. And it's like Max doesn't really get any sleep or doesn't eat much except for the moments where he's like caught by surprise and knocked out. And you get the sense by the end of it, he's got to be just like this, like, he's got to be just run ragged by the exhaustion of it all. There's something about that I kind of like, because that gives a sense that he's living on borrowed time and he will eventually just be too tired to continue. Like, there's just only so much fight he has in him, even though it's just enough. Like, there's one part just before you fight BB where he mentions that he's going to, like, he gets his next lead while he's at a diner just, like, getting coffee or something. And he makes a mention about how he's been subsisting on stale donuts and whatever he can squeeze in while running from one objective to the next. And it just gives this good sense of a man just running for his life, doing his best to stay ahead of the forces pursuing him while trying to uncover the mystery. Okay. With all that's happened to Grackle, all our losses, I just wished I'd found a moment to write this sooner. Wanted to send my condolences, Jane. Huck was a beautiful kid. Grackle isn't the same place without a smile. He'll be missed by all of us in town. Dr. Minerva Long. Aww. Letter from Clarence Quigley. Jane, I've heard talk of you. That you have a brand just like mine. You have nightmares too? Memories you can't explain? We need to meet. Now this is interesting because we did recruit her last time. Now it's kind of acting like they haven't really spoken before. You're one of them Lost Fire Nation folk, huh? Been getting a lot of strange visitors lately. Let me guess. Yep, you got the brand too, just like I thought. Last time I followed one of y'all with that brand, I had some mighty interesting encounters. But them dice, they're still rattling around my brain. Still can't wrap my head around this. Let's cut to the chase. You want to posse up, don't you? I sure do. But yeah, hold still. We need to... I appreciate your service to our cause, Joe, but I'm going to have to let you go here. Okay, I have little patience. Why am I the person I'm talking to? Why am I talking to myself? What the fuck's going on here? Okay. Okay, that was weird. Alright. A little bit bugged out. That's right, actually, because he was possessed. He wouldn't have remembered. Jane would have, though. She was conscious at that point. This brand shit ain't gonna go away of its own accord. Right. Fool to follow this brand again, but it's the only way to get to the truth. Let's get going, then. These brands want answering. Bet you're as keen as I am what to figure out what this nonsense is all about. But yeah, that was another thing I liked about Max Payne 3, is that you start off working for someone. You're doing protection detail, and you go from mission to mission. Presumably you have a chance to rest between them, even though Max's condition kind of deteriorates as he has one setback after another. But then, about halfway through, the game becomes contiguous. You're going from one mission zone to the next, logically following leads, and you're just kind of constantly on the run, because now the police are after you. It's kind of a long story. And you do get the sense of it wearing him down. They actually show, like, cold wind blowing. Ravenous. Yeah, I don't feel like a random encounter right now. Like, yeah, his outfit gets worse and worse. Like, his beard grows. He's just increasingly scarred up and tired. And you just get the sense that he doesn't really get any downtime to relax or process what's happening. And I feel like that makes for a sad... Like, it makes for a good sense of, like, tension in the adventure. The sense that even though you're a badass and you're, like, shoot-dodging people, you're also just barely keeping ahead of the forces pursuing you, and you are hanging on by a thread. You're just pushing on through sheer willpower, but eventually you will collapse. I kind of appreciate that in adventure. Like, the sense that you are being... You're moving ahead at a constant forward march, and the only thing keeping you going is that there's physically no time to stop and process this. You're just doing the best you can and hanging on, but it's slowly eroding you. Okay, highway robbery. Oh, here we go. I just feel like that adds a natural source of tension to the story. Dennis Hughes, huh? Hey, looky here, gang. We got us a new customer. Welcome to boot holders territory, friend. Fine for trespassing is, let's say, $232. Yeah, no, we ain't doing that. You choose violence today, sir. So do I. Let's try out my purple shotgun. Oh, I love this fucking thing. Vendetta started, huh? Go ahead, run. Come back with more friends. I'll kill them too. Alright, what were you packing, Dennis Hughes? Alright, any other cacti I can spike for a quick pick-me-up here? Now, another interesting detail is that when we were playing as Clarence, he had only, like, the 125 hit points that we have. But now that he's his own character, now that he's following us, he's up to 200. So he's got a bit more beef to him now. Or a bit more pork, I should say. On we go. Let's go find this bracelet. Yep. We're on the same page, my friend.
Them Ravenous all around, searching for the bracelet. They won't be kind to strangers.
Don't worry about it. We're kind of planning for that by now. Dante, huh? Ravenous coming down from hills. Want the bracelet. Can't let them have it. Gonna bury it underneath some crates in the basement. Yeb, save us. Oh boy. Now I'm starting to wonder if our... Hey, we got raiders! Orange, how's it going? You were playing Darkest Dungeon 2, right? How's it going? Okay. Hungry, hungry. Oh boy, we got some 4-Richy tasty going on with the writing here. Well, good to see you and welcome raiders. How's everyone doing tonight? Alright, I do see them dynamite barrels there. You know what that means. Okay, they're retreating that way. Someone's coming this way. Huh. Let's see, can we get a stealth kill in? Nice. I see that over there, those eyes. That sign says from yonder he sees all, presumably. Alright, let's get this other barrel. Let's see if we can set off a chain reaction here. We'll let them discover the body, sound the alarm, we'll let them get in close. Go alert your friends, come on. Let's have a big ol' lost gold mine bracelet hoedown. No. I suppose it stands to reason that a bunch of greed zombies wouldn't necessarily be the most cooperative type. I mean, they're not really zombies per se. Kind of possessed. You can actually see their blue eyes at a distance. It's a nice touch. Yeah, we're onto a new character now, and we are dealing with people possessed by some sort of collective spirit of greed. Yeah, welcome back, Zero. Oh, I see more barrels. Oh, we gotta make use of this. God, look at all these TNT barrels. Look at this. There's a ton of them. Oh, this is a freaking playground. Yeah, this is kind of like when guards in Deus Ex spot a body. They'll initially like go on alert and sound the alarm, but eventually they'll just get back to patrolling and just kind of walk around the bodies or just not really do anything about... Oh, shit. Alright, we're doing this. Oh! Come on up, boys! He who laughs last laughs best. Ha ha! Ha ha ha! Call y'all TNT, cause you're dynamite. Ha ha! Yep. Wrong weapon, that's okay. Oh, I love this fucking purple shotgun. I love this setting. This is way more fun than being a pigman. Sorry, Clarence. Nothing personal, but this chapter is off to the right start here. It's starting off on the right foot. Just put more TNT barrels in your map. That's how you make me happy about things. Okay. They found us. Blue eyes, lips bitten off. They're coming for the bracelet. Their campfires surround us in every direction, closing in. Some of our men are turning too. Ivory wakes up hearing that pun. My job is done. Their campfires surround us in every direction, closing in. Some of our men are turning too. We gotta hide the bright bracelet. Take a stand. Hope my trigger finger doesn't shake. Spirits help us. Clarence really encouraged going all in on melee. That's the thing. Like, when you're controlling him, you have basically half the health that he does now, so... It is... His abilities are for that, but he's not really built for that. But on the other hand, we got very good at stealth killing in that chapter, so it's kind of a weird balance. Okay, I see a lot of mound caches here. I'm assuming most of them are going to be empty. Nope, that one's not. Like, it feels like your playstyle is kind of encouraged to think like Dark Messiah, where you're just using everything in the environment to your advantage and thin out the opposition as best you can. And it's only in really the abilities where the characters differentiate themselves. And those abilities don't really... Like, the AI makes more use of them than I have been, to be perfectly honest. Not for lack of trying. Actually, hang on a second. What are our abilities here? We do have a couple Nim relics. Okay. Oh, Cousin Bear! Summon a bear to fight by your side for 15 seconds. Oh, it's a ghost bear! Oh, we're getting that. Okay, create a tornado that hurls objects so we can summon a tornado. Pitchin'. Okay, tornado can take on the elemental properties of obstacles it encounters, so we can make a fire tornado and a poison tornado. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, Across Waters gets some rad fucking abilities here. Okay, that run faster. No, that's boring. We're getting the bear and we're getting the tornado. Kick ass. Okay, I'm so gonna make use of these. That's a really good question. Because, yeah, the bear probably, like, becomes a... It's probably a creature that attacks, like, not necessarily part of your party. And maybe it engages the enemy on their own, but possibly without alerting them to your presence? I don't know. It might be just like like when a random friend shows up to help you out. It might just be that they just temporarily become part of your party. Yeah, if he doesn't cause aggro, that'd be a great distraction. Alright. Making preparations to head out. We finally got a good lead. We think one of the Olvidado children is buried at Bitter Rock, with one of the bracelets. We leave tomorrow. Across the Shepherd Mountains we go. We're close. After all this time, I can feel it. Let's see. Laudanum. Ooh, okay. A whole lot of laudanum. Straight to the bear of the bear of the bear. Oh, man. Yeah, there's literally more environmental explodey things than there are people to use them on. This game rules. We already did. Yeah, from yonder he calls. Search the ruins basement, huh? Oh, I see. Yeah, we gotta use the winch to call up the elevator, I think. Oh, what's this? Can of beans. You know what? Why not? What is opening up? Ah, there we go. Outsider, is that you? The marks are kind of giving that vibe. We may get some dimensional space whales, who knows? Nope. Can't stop the... Oh. Talked through an accident. Never mind. Okay, Okay, we got more Ravenous down here. Oh, shit! Alright, fortunately these guys aren't too sturdy. We're doing way better with the crafted weapons. The situation gets Carl. Well, now, let's not go too far. Fortuna Olvidado, okay? Hold on a second. Let me grab this. I mean, we didn't die. That's something. Muffled sobbing, but nothing you can understand. I do like that the subtitles also have kind of a slang to them. Let's see. Okay, from Carrier Company, Treasure Outfit in Boulder Creek. Okay, Bitter Rock, Treasure Outfit, Boulder Creek, Treasure Outfit. Looks like the lead we had on the Olvidado bracelet here at Boulder Creek is legitimate. Investigating now. We're hearing the last bracelet was procured by the Weeks family and is Galen's Oh, Mayor Weeks. Okay, I had a feeling we'd be dealing with him eventually. Bought at auction. Send someone to investigate. Any of your team acting strangely? Bloody lips?
Got a lead. One bracelet near Boulder Creek. The other at your old pal Mayor Weeks' place. Best hope them Ravenous don't beat you to them.
Honestly, I kind of hope they do. I feel like this is a case where this is a let them fight situation. Okay. Oh, that's the ghost girl we saw. Me, Alton, and Eddie, we have a plan. We've got to escape. Daddy's turning into something else. A monster. Blue eyes. He kills people. I've seen it. We have to run far, far away and take our bracelets with us. With the bracelets gone, maybe we can trap Daddy in his town and keep everyone outside and safe. Me and my brothers, we have to split up. The bracelets can't be found together, or else whoever does can go right back to Daddy's town and Daddy can escape. Later on in the journal. Traveled all the way back to our old house, back from when we were happy. But then people came. People looking for gold, looking for me. I've hid in the safe room. I can hear them upstairs tearing everything apart. Crashing furniture, glass breaking. Hope they leave soon. There's no escape. The trap door, it won't open. Something heavy on top blocking it. Tried everything. Too weak. Food gone. Can barely write. Tired. Hope Daddy gets better. Hope I see him again. Yeah. Sorry, kiddo. Probably not happening in the manner you intended. Let me see if we can talk to her. What's this? Upside down painting. Torn painting. Interesting. Okay. So that's interesting. I see a moon icon over the voice like cold wind. You can't seem to make out what it's saying. So, can we, like, pass time? Because I feel like that icon means there's some kind of interaction, but maybe that just means it's something that's only here at night, possibly? Like, we've seen ghosts before, but we couldn't really do anything with that one. Alright, let's try. Let's rest here in the bed in the ruined basement with the greed zombies all around us. Yeah, see? She's still there. I feel like there's got to be some time of day where they're accessible. Let's try resting again for another 8 hours. I'm going to read up on this between episodes and see what exactly we're supposed to do here. I feel like there's something. But we're on 3 hours now, so I think we'll call it here. We just find a good spot to park for now. Might as well dig a few more holes while I'm here. Of course, nothing else. Of course. All this digging and no more treasure to at least one sheriff in the west got the stones to stand up to the outlaws. Who are you? Oh, hey! We got a person here. You're not one of them Ravenous? Thank floods. If I'm dying, I want to see a friendly face. Gotta get the bracelet. Get it out of here. Down in the elevator, there's a basement. In the basement, buried under a crate. Bracelet's down there. Dark. Everything. Oh, okay. Okay. I guess we're not done just yet. Back into the basement. I was so distracted trying to talk to the ghost girl that I forgot about the bracelet. So it's down here somewhere. Under a crate, huh? Maybe the ghost will talk once I find it. Oh, I see it. Yep. Hey! Fortuna Olvidado's bracelet.
One of them Olvidado bracelets.
Yep.
Gold. Heavy in the palm. And an inscription in a language older than the West.
Okay, now let's see if we can talk to the ghost girl. No. Well, that's a shame. Sorry, ghost girl. We'll try to figure out how to help you next episode. But now we will call it a night. We'll park ourselves at the edge of the map here and wrap things up. Ah, there's the exit. Oh, what's that? I see that. That's a glowy. Glowy means good. I think it's a golden ace. Coming around the target of the greed monsters, what could go wrong? Exactly! It's not like we can be possessed by anything. We're uncorruptible. Actually, that might literally be true since we're already possessed by something. Maybe it's kind of like the Echo in Final Fantasy XIV. Can't be possessed because you're already possessed, or however that works. Anyway, we will call it there. Let me drop a save. But yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. Really enjoying this game. It is definitely the kind of game where I want to play through it again and see what little things are different here and there. It feels like the overall thrust of your adventure is the same, but there's a lot of interesting little ways it can kind of... There's a lot of interesting little side adventures that can kind of pop up depending on what you do or don't do, and things you might miss entirely depending on your approach, which I appreciate. So yeah, really enjoying this game. Can't wait to get back to it. Tomorrow night, we'll be playing Fate Grand Order. I want to show off the Grail Front War they've added. It's an interesting dimension of the game. Actually turns into kind of a turn-based strategy thing. But more on that when we get there. We're going to wrap things up. Have a good night, everyone, and see you next time. Yay, waifus, exactly.